And I'm Clarence. Today we're going to be talking about the Sasquatch. The Sasquatch, otherwise known as Bigfoot. Now, first thing we're going to talk about is why they call him Bigfoot.
Why do they call him Bigfoot?
I think it's because he's really tiny, and they call him Bigfoot like say I got a giant, like a Great Dane.
Now, we're going to get to my opinion in a minute. You go ahead.
They got a big old dog.
I got my own story.
Talking about this sucker weighs 400 pounds, and he's 6'7" dog. And they
no, that was their horse.
And they call him tiny because he's so big, and they're trying to be funny. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, George, what do you think they call him Bigfoot for?
Well, I think they call him Bigfoot. Let me tell you, I think they call him Bigfoot because he's got a big foot. Now, I'm just going out.
That makes sense.
I'm just going out on a limb here. But
that makes
they
sense.
found the Bigfoot. They found it, didn't. And that ain't fake. It ain't fake. It ain't fake. That's real. And the government's hiding it because Bigfoot was engineered by the government in 1973. And that's the truth.
They made
him to have sex with American immigrants.
To cut the population. They're stealing all the jobs.
And it's the truth.
Now, I actually saw Bigfoot one time swimming.
I remember that.
My neighbor's pond over there.
You got messed up on moonshine, and you tried to save your sister's life. She was swimming in circles because she just got that prosthetic leg, and it was made out of wood. And one side of her was floating, and the other side was kicking. That's
called density. I was reading Jefferson's science books he's always carrying around. I was reading in there, and you could throw a daggum rock that weighs 1 pound in the water, and it'll sink in a by God log that weighs 200 pounds or float. Now,
well, let me tell you something about Jefferson. Jefferson's going to hell because he's an evolutionist, because he believes in the science.
That's the eye of the
devil. There ain't no science.
That's the eye. There ain't no science. That log floats because God wants it to float.
That's right. And that rock sinks because God don't like rocks. And
cast the first stone.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Now,
cast the first. Let ye who was not sinned amongst us, cast the first stone. That's right out of the Bible. That's out of the good book.
The reason why we're talking about Sasquatch today is because last week, that son of a gun daggone wiped his hiney on the corner of his house and left concrete tar duty on there, and we can't get it off for nothing.
That's the truth. Speaking of Sasquatch, I went down to the Mom and Pa grocery store the other day, down there in Blackshear, and son, they got corn dogs that big. They call them pups, and they'll make a turd taste good.
How they get them wieners in there without?
Well, I got a theory. You want me to explain? What they do is they take the corn dog and they make a hollow piece of bread. Then they take an injector needle, like you'd stick in a turkey, and they put beef in it. And they squirt it in there.
And when they cook it, it morphs together. Metamorphosis, I believe.
I think that's what you call it.
Metamorphosis.
I think metamorphosis is one of them scientific terms. I think it's an old British ship made out of wood.
I just had a brain fart. Now, speaking of brain farts, the other day, I squeezed the fart so hard.
Let me tell you. Go ahead. Tell him. It was horrible. It was horrible.
I was trying to hold it in and squeeze it out at the same time, and a bubble appeared in my knee, and I had to push it in, and it floated up, and it all out my ear.
He's called an ear fart. I've done it twice.
Right in his face. I'm talking about
in my face. I was looking in his ear, couldn't find that last piece of beef jerky.
He thought I took it and hid it in my ear. I've been known to do. I've done it one time, and ever since then, every time his beef jerky goes missing, he looks in my ear. And I told you I ain't stick no beef jerky in my ear, and you still look in my ear.
I don't trust you.
You know what? I started shaving my ears because of him. Because he thought...
He had the hairiest ears and he could hide keys in it.
He thought that I was cheating because I used to clean spark plugs inside my ear, and he had to go out and buy a brush. He thought I was cheating because I could put an engine in the car faster than he did. Now, that's about all the time we got for today. Next week, we're going to talk about Jurassic Park, the all-time greatest movie ever created.
Let me tell you something about Jurassic Park.
Better than Highlander.
Boy, it was better than Highlander, and it was real. It looked real.
It looked real. And that's
well,
all
thank you for discussing about Sasquatch. Hopefully we have gave you some insight and knowledge into the mind of Sasquatch, the being, the beast, and the wood dweller. Now you have a nice day.
And the monkey's cousin. That's what I call it. That's my nickname for it. That's what I made.
That's what you should call it. I tell you what, boy, you better eat it.